Hi, thank you for visiting my cool stamp and more oasis. Today I'm going to share with you how I actually made those cute little boxes using our gift box punch board. So to start with, the smallest box here, the smallest gift, is made starting with a piece of 3x3 designer series paper. So the first thing I do, because I don't have any holes and gaps, it's easier for me to just start and to punch out the slit into every four corners. And on the bigger box is made with paper again, but this time you will start using a 4x4 inch piece of paper as well. So what I did is, instead of using the grid on this side and line my paper up that way to know where to score, I'm just going to do my 3x3 box. I'm going to line it up here on the diagonal side of the punch board to the medium line. So we'll just do the same process that you would do. So I punch and then I score. But I'm not going to worry about my diagonal line because the box is so tiny that I don't even score it. I'll just, as I'm assembling it, I'll just quickly pinch each points, and you'll see what I mean by points. And because I'm going to also use silver trim cord, silver cording, you won't need to worry about it staying closed quite perfectly. So what I did now that it's scored, you need to punch out the second angle, like where those two lines cross. So I'm just going back, and it doesn't give you a lot of paper to work with because it's so tiny, right? And as you can see, I'm not being that careful to make sure that it all lines up quite right. The only focus here is I'm trying to keep my bottom square, and that's pretty much it. So now that I have folded all my lines, it's so tiny, I just pinch it in. So I'll push it in there and push the outside out, like just trying to hide that corner. There we go. And then what you do is you just close your box and wiggle it. Here we go. So now, see what I mean by it doesn't close quite perfectly, but that's okay because we're going to use it this way with the cord on top of it. And then see, you have a small cutesy box there. So now for the other one, it's the same thing except 4x4. I'm going to use the extra large box guideline. So I'm just lining it up there, and again I punch and I score, and then I move. Then again I'm going to move it down so that I can line it up where my, see, I started tracing it, where I have my two score lines that are coming together, so that I have this weird shape now. So now that you have that, again, you will just fold. I think it's easier to see on that side, right? So we'll just fold the lines, and this will be under the box, so no one's going to know but you and I. And you'll see better the pinching thing that I was mentioning earlier. So all I do is hold it down and I push it in like this, and then I line those two sides together so that it stays straight, rather than to score it and not be in the center. Then it just looks weird. And then you go all four corners. I know I'm doing it quickly. I could be more careful, but it's just to kind of show you how quick and easy this can actually be. So, and now I'm going to close the second side, which is always a tricky part. Here we go. So now I have my second little cutesy box. So that's what I did for this. Whoops. And then I actually glued everything onto a water bottle lid, just so that my gifts would be raised from the ground. And then because I have a little bit of room, I was able to put into my wine glass like a 1/4 cup of Epsom salt, and then I used crystal effects, and I just put a little, like, I don't want to say bead, but a little bit all the way around to make sure that it would be sealed. And then I just pushed it down into my wine glass, and I put a bit of weight on it to make sure that the paper wouldn't curl too much, and then leave a hole and the salt would come out. And once everything was dry, I just flipped it over, and then I added a bit of decoration. So I still have glue strings. Anyways, for the boxes, you can get different shapes and different sizes. This was also done with a 4x4 piece of designer series paper, except instead of using the guideline on for the extra large box, I actually went ahead and I used the small one. So you just have fun, cut your paper ahead of time. As long as you select a guideline and you stick to it all the way around, your box is still going to close. It doesn't matter. So you can have fun with those, and see, they're fairly quick to do. And until next time, I hope